Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Good afternoon, JG, and another day of tennis is upon us, and another tournament to talk about, and we're going for the Grampians trophy today, which is another one. This is for all the hard lockdowners, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, if the names didn't get any weirder, well, they thought they'd go one better with the Grampians. And this one is for the quarantine players, so all the ones who have been in the most severe lockdown in Australia in their hotels. Yes. There's some really good players in this draw. So, do you want to get straight into it?
Well, yeah, mate. There's probably a few to speak about. We may as well, I think. Let's go to the top of the draw and have a look who is in this one. So we got the girl that we know and love so much, Bianca Andreescu, makes her return, and super excited to see how she's going to fare. We haven't seen her play in quite some time now. So really excited to see how she's back on the court. I just really want to see that same Andreescu flair and just see her blast some people off the court. I would love to see that right now.
Yeah, no, agreed, mate. And you'd think she would be the favourite, being the first seed. I'm not sure who is the favourite. Probably is her. But you've got some really good players in there. You've got Azarenka. She's the third seed. You've got Rybakina, the fourth seed. Bencic is second seed. And one I want to talk about, obviously, is Brady as well. I know she had a bit of a rough start to the year in that Abu Dhabi one, but you never know. She could do something quite good this tournament.
Well, yeah, for sure. I think this one, considering these are all players from the hard lockdown, there's still a very good array of players in this draw. Cheers, Almino, joining us there. Nice to see you, mate.
How we doing, mate?
I can never work out what time of the day it is for Almino. And Ivan Masic joining us there. We got the Croatian contingent saying, did you see Cilic today?
I think we've got to speak about it just briefly. That was a bit of an upset for me. I know you predicted Shardy, but he choked. He choked Cilic, and it's just disappointing seeing someone who's so good at tennis to be playing in that same sort of vein as last year, really, where he's hot and cold. 1 minute he's playing great. Even in the same match, he can do one brilliant set. The next set is just terrible. And it happened again. He choked again today. I thought he was well in control after that first set. He was the most dominant player. And then Shardy just gave him a lifeline, and you can't afford to do that against him.
He's a decent player, Chardy. That's why he's my dark horse. And I'm sort of happy, unfortunately for you, Ivan. I'm happy to see Chardy go through just to keep my one alive. But we're not here to talk about the men's. We will be giving you a brief overview of the men's stuff probably a bit later in the week. We're here to talk about the women's and these women's who we haven't, these women that we haven't seen too much of. So we've got Bianca Andreescu. I think she's going to set up an all-Canadian affair, Leylah Fernandez, and I'm excited for Leylah Fernandez for 2021. She showed us some good promise last year.
Yeah, I'm going a bit against the grain, actually. I'm not sure if we're going to see Fernandez. I'm going Sloane Stephens.
Ooh.
Make a bit of a comeback. Fernandez is still an incredible talent, one for the future for sure, but she's young. I think she could be prone to a bit of a slip-up here, so I'm going for Stephens.
I don't know. Well, for me, she's got a 2-0 record against Sloane Stephens. She beat her twice last year and quite comfortably in Lexington when she played her last 2 sets to love. So I'm going to stick with Fernandez. She's going to keep improving. She's into the top 100 now, into the top 90, actually. She's 89th. So, yeah, moving on down. We've got, another favourite there, Ons Jabeur. Great to see her back in action again. And against Blinkova. I think this probably going to be closer than what we give Blinkova credit for, I think. But I'm going with Jabeur, mate. I love her.
Yeah, I've got the same there. And then moving down, Angelique Kerber.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see a better year for her.
Yeah.
So I've got her. Do you want to keep going down or do you want to fill the top bit up?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, let's. Should we just fill the top bit up? I reckon I've gone Bianca Andreescu for my bracket to beat Leyla Fernandez. I'm just hoping that Andreescu is in that top form that we know that she's capable of. Then I've got Ons Jabeur knocking out Kerber. That's a
Oh,
big shout.
yeah.
That.
I've got Ons Jabeur as well to knock out Kerber. And then I fancy even for the next bit, Ons Jabeur to knock out Andreescu. I think she's going to struggle, Andreescu. Not played for a while. Ons Jabeur, someone who's so powerful. I think she could blow her off the court early on.
Maybe, but I'm just banking on. I'm throwing all my eggs in the Andreescu basket at the moment.
I think I've gone a bit crazy on this one, I must admit.
Well,
I've gone for a lot of underdogs, but you never know.
If you
I
look
feel
at
like what we've seen already, it's happened quite a bit. So,
mate, don't be surprised to see some upsets. I mean, we've seen a load already from the men's and the women's tournaments, and our brackets have been thrown into disarray. So there's been a couple of good brackets, but a couple of awful ones. So yeah, just going down. Azarenka has a bye. I'm going with Putin Saver. I think she looks great on last time out. So I'm going to have her going through to face Azarenka. I think that's going to be an exciting matchup if those two face each other.
Yeah, for sure. And I've definitely got her as well.
Great. Then we've got Matic Sands and Strykova. I've gone with Strykova on this one.
Yep, same.
Yeah, and then Kontaveit. We know how much you like Kontaveit.
Yeah, I do, but it's disappointed me in the last one.
True.
And it's making me think, I'm not sure how far she's going to go in this tournament, but I have her winning the first round, and then I have her going out in the next against Strykova. But Kontaveit's probably the favourite for both, so...
Yeah, for sure.
Another upset, I guess, for me.
Well, I'm going Kontaveit to go through, and then I've got Azarenka, I think, is going to go through against Putin Saver, and then we're going to have Kontaveit versus Azarenka. That's what I believe. I've moved down. We've got Jem Brady that you were just speaking about before. That's a exciting player on the women's tour against Kuznetsova. She's a bit of an old timer, but she can still put it out of the bag. That's not a done deal by any means for Jem Brady.
Yeah, but I've gone for Jem Brady there. I've got Kostyuk below. And this one below I find really tough. Lauren Davis or Krejcikova. I'll let you speak about it because I was a bit torn.
I was the same. You know me, though. Once I've got something in my mind, then I find it hard to go against it. And I'm always shying towards my heart rather than my head. But Krejcikova's played on hard court this year. That's the reason that I'm backing her. And we haven't seen Davis on hard court since the US Open. So she lost to Elise Cornet in 3. So that's my reasoning for that one.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Obviously, Rybakina there with a bye. And that is a really tricky match there. Rybakina, Krejcikova.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go for Rybakina. I actually think she's going to do very well this tournament.
So am I. And then
I've got her there for Russia. She's not Russian, is she, Rybakina?
I think somebody was saying that yesterday.
It seems wrong to me.
They haven't changed it on the listing.
Yeah.
Don't forget they've got Arjaz Badeni on here as British. So don't.
Yeah, she's from Kazakhstan. She's from Kazakhstan, as far as I know.
Don't trust the flags.
Yeah, everything's fine, but the flags are a bit suspect on this website. And by the way, if anyone is watching and they're not on this league, feel free to join. It's completely free. I'll put a link in the chat now so you can join and compete against us, and we will be doing prizes for the winners.
Yes,
so you may as well. I'll put it in there now, so hopefully we can see as many of you as possible. We've got over 100 now, so that's pretty awesome.
Exactly. And then we got Jem Brady there. So we've got going down a little bit further. We've got Maria Sakkari. She's been in really great form of late. Against Ann Lee, and Ann Lee's really good. I just think I probably underestimated Ann Lee a little bit here. Don't forget she was in our most improved player, wasn't it, for the women's, I believe?
Yeah, for sure. She had a good year last year, and you could see her doing it. It's only a bit unfortunate that she's got Sakkari. I feel like a lot of other players in this draw, you'd fancy her to have gone through. But Sakkari, she's just so tough, and she's already played in Abu Dhabi and was really good as well.
Yeah,
so I think she kind of does well in this bottom side of the draw for me. So Sakkari's not got a bad draw for me. And I think she's going to do okay. Yeah.
She beat Kenin. She beat Muguruza. She beat Coco Gauff in Abu Dhabi. So she's going to be on, in top form. Whereas you've seen Anne Lee, she won, I think, an ITF back in November, and she beat Kostyuk in the final, which is still decent. Beat Torsen, Minen, and Kostyuk. So still good opposition, but not quite at the level that Sakari has been playing. So got, unfortunately, Heather Watson. I've gone with Kudermetova to go through.
It's a shame. I've gone against the GB girl there as well, and I've got her Kudermetova.
Kudermetova. And
obviously, she was the finalist, wasn't she?
Yes. Kudermetova. She was the finalist.
She was the finalist of Abu Dhabi, wasn't she? And only Sabalenka was able to beat her.
That's it. Yeah, Sabalenka. Yeah, well, she blitzed her, didn't she? Even in the final, which it's tough to get close to Sabalenka though these days. So I've got Maria Sakkari beating Kudermetova. I think the power is going to be too much for her. We got Thomas Rock joining us. He's jumped in mid-draw. Good to have you in, mate.
Good morning, mate.
Yeah. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know. All these people from different time zones. It's wishing everybody a good day, whatever time it is. So moving on down, we've got finally back is Sorana Sostea, and we've got Alison Risk. I've gone with Risk to turn it around and come back and put out Sostea. How about yourself?
Yeah.
You going the same?
For that one, I was a bit. It's just tricky, isn't it? But I've got Risk as well to come back and play well. We know how good she can be. We loved her last year.
Yeah. Mate, we got Daniel Medvedev in the chat there as well. Great to have him in. He's always a big fan of the channel. We were speaking to his ATP Cup teammate, Aslan Karatsev, last night. So that podcast will be coming out this week at some point. Yeah. Hopefully we can get Daniel on there as well at some point. Belinda Bencic, she's gone through. Obviously, she's second seed in the tournament. Haven't really seen much.
I want to see what you've done here, though, mate. What are you doing with Bencic Risk? Because that's an interesting one. Bencic, fair enough.
Yeah, I've gone.
I thought you'd have gone for Risk.
A bit too risky for me, that one. But Risk definitely has the ability to beat someone like Ben. Bencic is very up and down. You never know which one's going to turn up. So I've gone with it. My name's Ben. It's in the name. I've gone with Bencic.
And for me, with this whole draw, I've actually gone for a Risk overall. So I'm going to just go for Alison Risk. I feel like it fits with my whole motto of this this tournament. I don't know. Some of the early rounds, I'm expecting some upsets. So I'm going to stick with Risk as well to knock out the second seed, Bencic.
Wow. That's a big call. So for me, I'm going to have you. So you're going to have Risk versus. Are you going to have Sakkari or is it Kudermetova?
Yeah, Risk Sakkari and then Sakkari to win that one.
I've got Sakkari.
Risk makes the semi-final for the bottom for me. No, sorry, Sakkari makes the semi-final for the bottom.
Yes.
And then she's going to be playing Rybakina. I've got Rybakina Brady in the round before and Rybakina to beat her. So I'll have a Rybakina Sakkari semi-final at the bottom.
That's what I've got as well, mate. Great minds, eh?
Who'd you have winning?
Oh, you've seen it there already. I've got Rybakina.
So he's got Rybakina to be winning that one. And I can confirm I've got exactly the same. So Rybakina is going to be making the final from the bottom for me.
So I've got Azarenka and Andreescu. Cool. What a match if that one comes to fruition. I'll be really looking forward. But I've actually got, I think that's the end of the road for Bianca Andreescu. I think it's a little bit too much too soon. Azarenka, we know she's been in great form last year. So I think she'll be able to take her out. She's got that experience on her side. So
I've actually got Azarenka on Jabeur, and I've got Azarenka as well making the final.
Oh, wow.
So different route, but I reckon she's going to do it, yeah.
So we both got Azarenka and Rybakina in the final. How bizarre.
Yep. Different ways of doing it.
And then, right, so we just got to go for who our winner is then, I guess, JG.
Yep. Do you want me to go first or you?
Let's go at the same time. 3,
okay.
2, 1. Rybakina.
Azarenka.
Wow, look at that. So we're
going against each other, head to head in the final. That'd be good because if we get to cover that final, that means I'll be full cheering on Azarenka. You'll have Rybakina.
Yeah, mate. Well, hopefully that is the final. It will show that we know our stuff if they both get that. So that would be nice. If we both didn't confer before doing this, so we both didn't know each other's draws, and we both come up with the same final, which is bizarre. So interesting to see. obviously we got Azarenka or Rybakina in the final there.
I'm
So
just going to make sure I save mine because
yeah,
I'll probably
yeah,
lose it otherwise.
that's why I saved mine earlier, just because I just want to make sure everybody who is following as well and wants to be involved in this one. I believe you have up until I can just bring it up on the on here.
I think you've
So
got a
you,
while. It's like a day. Isn't
yeah,
it?
so you got until the 3rd of February, and this is
All right.
obviously it's just 3 a.m., which is our time. So you got until the 3rd of February. So you got time. So yeah, just get your selections in for
Well,
that
not really.
one.
I think most of you in the US it'll be till 2nd of February. So I recommend just doing it today or tomorrow.
Yeah, just
It's
get it
all
in as
there
soon
now.
as
There's no
possible.
qualifiers, so just get it done. And just going to the chat there, we've got Bjorn's joined us from Netherlands. How we
Oh,
doing,
very
mate?
great.
Thanks for joining us. And Almino saying Bencic versus Azarenka for me, final. Daniel
Interesting.
Medvedev saying Sakari can be dangerous. Yeah, she
Very.
certainly can. We know how well she's played in Abu Dhabi so far, knocking out 3
Yes.
big players. And Daniel there again. Feels weird saying Daniel.
Yeah.
I want Azarenka to win, but Sakari will be dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
Well,
said what he said a second ago.
I think that we're underestimating Sakari based upon she only just lost in Abu Dhabi, so she's the one who's really in the best form out of everybody. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a few selections with a Sakari winner of this tournament. I think on the bracket. That's my personal.
I reckon that's a good call, actually, mate. I think we're going to see a lot of Sakari winners. Whether she wins or not is another question. We've not really given her too much for a run. Even Brady, maybe some people could fancy a Brady comeback. She's definitely capable, isn't she?
Yeah, she's more than capable. More than capable.
Saying that, JD, they're saying Jem Brady is my pick. So JD's got Jem Brady.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, we know Brady can do it. That's the thing. It's not impossible. So just keep your eye out for this tournament. Who's your dark horse going to be? That's what I wanted to ask you next. I can run down the list if you want to look down this list, or you can look on your own.
I'm just looking on my own. Have you got yours? Do you want to do yours first?
Yeah, I was going to throw one out, which would probably be a little bit crazy, maybe, but maybe not so crazy. She got to the final, obviously, recently. There's no Sabalenka in this tournament. Kudermetova.
Yeah.
So
Mate, that's a good one. I was torn to do that, but my actually dark horse is Ons Jabeur. I know she's got a really tricky run in, actually. It's difficult for her, most likely playing an Andreescu early on, obviously an Angelique Kerber as well. If she gets through that, you got Azarenka as well. It's just it was a very stacked side of the draw. But
yeah.
I do believe in her, and I think she can do it. She seems to be in good spirit. She seems to have dealt with the quarantine maybe better than other players. You've seen she's always posting regularly online, and she seems quite upbeat and happy, to be honest, with the whole team there around her.
Definitely.
So I'm hoping that positive energy is sort of transmitted into her tennis, and we just see Ons Jabeur at her very best.
Well, I hope so, mate, because she's just one of those players who brings the court to life when she's on there. I just love watching her play, and especially when she's hitting those winners as well. She's hitting the lines. Just one of the most exciting female players on tour for me. And she's apparently supposed to be like one of the nicest people as well. Nicest women on the tour as well. Very fun and a nice person to chat to as well. So hopefully we can speak to her at some point in the future. Would love that.
Yeah, that's definitely ideal, mate. And Thomas Rock there said his dark horse is public.
Well, Thomas Rock never ceases to
line in for a laugh.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they're the selections. Unfortunately, there aren't any odds out. I don't believe yet on BetUS for this one. We'll bring them to you probably in one of the live watch-alongs or something that we're going to be doing. We're going to be obviously bringing you ATP Cup action later on this evening or in the morning, depending on where you are in the world. But it will be in precisely 10 hours, I believe, 9.5 hours. So, yeah, we'll be covering Fabio Fognini and who was it? Dennis Novak in the first match of the tournament. Obviously, this means a lot to both myself and JG with my Austrian grandma and JG with his Italian roots. Very, very, very deep-seated roots in Italy. So we'll be fighting against each other later on. Make sure you join us for that.
Yeah, and with the watch-alongs, the way we're doing it is we'll always be doing the 11 o'clock one here. So that will be the first one of the day. So the evening, well, I'm not sure if it's the first, is it the morning session? No, the evening session one in the Australia, is it? I forget with the times. We're doing the first one, what happens each day, basically. So we'll be doing the Fanini one today. I'll be running a poll every day on the Twitter, so you can choose which one you'd like to watch. I did run a poll on this one, the Fanini one won, so that's why we're doing that. So make sure to join us for all of them, and then we're hopefully going to be doing the Nadal, Alex de Minaur one in the morning, but it's going to be super early for us, especially with work and stuff. So maybe I'll only have to do half, and then Ben will carry over and do that. So we'll see how we do, but we're going to try and do as many as possible.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just be giving them thick and fast. I think, like you're saying, for us, 11 p.m. at night is going to be 10 a.m. in the morning in Melbourne. So yeah, we're going to be trying to bring you that one.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't run on too late. So then obviously the next matches are due to kick off around about 1 a.m. here, which will be midday over in Melbourne. So, but they do continue all the way through until late afternoon or evening there. So we would be then in the morning on our side. So we would be able to cover one from 8 o'clock in the morning our side, which would mean it is 7 o'clock in the evening in Melbourne. So that's how it would be working.
But regardless of all of this jargon, just check out the channel. We'll have it all on there well in advance of what ones we're doing. And then just head over to our Twitter to vote for what watch along. That's probably the best advice I can provide. Daniel Medvedev there saying, trust me, I'll be ready for my match. Obviously, a bit late for him.
Come on.
But he's ready. And Thomas Rock, thanks again for the super stick. I just wanted to talk about the donations. Obviously, that's all reset now for February. Thomas Rock won officially the January one. So big thank you to him.
Nice one,
top tipper of January at GTL, and it looks like he's taking the lead yet again for February.
I know. Come on, can't let him get too much of a lead on you all, and catch him up. Hopefully, we'll get Chris Meir back in. He loves a live watch along, and then we'll have Melez, maybe a wild live in there fighting it out somewhere in those rankings. But yeah, we've got Daniel asking there, what's the prediction for the Fanini Novak match? What are you saying? Well, we're both very contrasting opinions on the players. I mean, for me, if we get to see the real Fabio Fanini, I don't think there's a contest. I think that he would win this comfortably, but I don't think that we're going to see the real Fanini. I think we're going to see the one which takes a long time to get going. And I think Denis Novak's been improving last year. I think Denis Novak's going to take it. The underdog's going to win.
Mate, good analysis. And it is tough, but I'm going to cheer on the Italian guy, Fanini. I want to see Italy qualify, to be honest. It's a big ask, but I'd love to see it happen.
Yeah, for sure, mate. Well, I think that's all that we've got to say about that. Just make sure you join us later for the ATP Cup live watch along. And yeah, we'll bring you some updates on the results. Maybe do a little podcast, a lunchtime one again during the week, just to keep everyone updated with these Melbourne matches as well.
Yeah, brilliant. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.